start kind of low. And so we'll be in a tabletop pose to begin. We'll line up our hands under our shoulders, our knees under our hips. And once you line up your tabletop, just start to move a little bit naturally. Sway a little bit, rock a little forward and back, maybe even cat-cows or dancing lions. And this is just really a moment for you to kind of feel what's going on in your body. It's an interesting way to get a touch on the wrist, the shoulder, the spine, the hips, the knees, even the ankles if you tuck your toes or you point them and press the feet down. So just do a little bit of exploration in your own body. There's no right or wrong way to do this, so you don't have to worry about instructions. I'm purposely not giving you any so that you can actually feel your way through your own movement, your own body. And then whatever you're doing, make sure you've done it in all directions. And then eventually we will settle ourselves into stillness. And so we come back to that tabletop pose where we line up the wrists under the shoulder, the knees under the hips, and then we hold the belly button in toward the spine. Let's go ahead and tuck our toes, and then rise up into a downward facing dog. So the hips come high, the head hangs low. And you really want to let the head down so you're looking toward your navel. That's it. And even here, you can move organically. You can let your hips lean a little to the right or lean a little to the left. You can also bend one knee or the other knee and kind of work your way through your hamstrings. So we've just exposed another part of the body. That's it. And then if you would, just slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. So just take light hand prints, walk toward the back of the mat, feet are about hip distance apart, and then we'll soften the knees and grab the back of the calves. Draw your elbows in toward your legs and fold the belly to the thighs. Let the head hang free for a moment. And then just see what it feels like from that position to just start straightening the right leg. You might need some resistance. We won't stay long. And then you soften that right knee and straighten into the left, holding the back of the legs. Yeah, trying to keep the leg and the belly kind of close together. And then please soften both knees. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and slowly, slowly start to rise up. We don't want to come up fast because we don't want to make ourselves dizzy. There we go. Good. Inhale, reach your arms. Let's keep the head up for a moment. Hook the thumbs, spread the fingers, and take a little stretch to your right. Yep, just like that. And the thumbs are hooked together. You can feel them pulling apart. It creates a little bit of tension, and it makes it easier for you to now push down and out through your feet and spread through the fingers. Yeah, that's better. And then just come up and over to the other side. You don't even have to change your thumbs. You just have to change which one's pulling. So we go to the left side and we just open up the right side of the body, and everything is just about touching where the tension is and allowing it to sort of ease and ooze out of the body. And then we come back up to the center. Let's clasp the hands together but behind the back. Interlace all of the fingers and then squeeze the shoulder blades back. And then we'll just take a nice forward fold. Hinge at the hips and then let your head down. So we let the spine bend naturally, not imposing or forcing any shape, but just a little bit of muscle tone in the upper back. So we squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit. We try to broaden the collarbones. And then on an inhale, lift your head and start to come up slowly. Good. Once you're standing, you can release your arms. And then again, we take a deep breath and reach both arms high. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Hold all the way in. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's come into plank pose. So you walk your hands forward. And you lay yourself out over the mat, nice and strong. Use your muscles well. And then gently lay yourself down onto the belly. You can put your knees down or not, but you're going to lay flat onto the belly. And then inhale into cobra. Yeah, and exhale, downward facing dog. So we push back just a little. Are you okay, Jane? Oh. Oh my gosh. All right, lift your right leg high behind you. Good. Lift it up high, and then actually lift up off of your left heel. So lift high onto the left toes. Bend your toes and dig all 5 toes into the mat. That's it. And then we're going to keep digging into the left toes as you look forward and step the right foot forward to the right hand. Good. Inhale, arms come up for high crescent lunge. The arms reach. And you want to try to distribute your weight evenly. You have your back heel lifted and your front foot really grounded. And some of you are pushing back through the heel. I know that that's like a thing. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're doing more, but I'd love you to lift the back heel. It might make the whole pose come up a little bit. And then to get back where you were, you bend the front knee. Yeah, that's better. The weight distribution is a little better there. Let's just take one more breath. Reach the arms, and then exhale, flow. Hands come down. We'll step back to plank, and then we lower. Good. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing. So just like before, but this time the left leg rises behind you. And I want all of that upward energy. Like, so they're lifting through the left, but you're also lifting the right heel and digging into the 5 toes on the right foot. Keep working with those right toes as you look forward and step the left foot to the left hand. Good. Arms come up overhead. So the back heel is lifted, and we're trying to bend the toes. We're trying to actually get the heel higher in the back. You guys did it on the first side. And then if you want to come low again, you bend into the front knee. That's your lunge. Good. Take a deep breath. Reach through your waist, and then exhale. Let's flow. Hands down, step back, and lower. Good. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, give yourself a little push back so you feel really strong in your hands and your arms. And we'll take one more breath there. And then if you would just look at your hands, please walk up to the top of the mat. So we made it both ways, to the front and to the back. Let's lift halfway, and then exhale, fold. Alright, with flat back, we'll rise up to standing. Come all the way up, reach your arms high. And then the hands come to the heart. Pause for a moment. Just breathe. Maybe you have a second here to notice that little bit of a breeze brushing across your skin. And as we move through the summer months, I want you to know that when we do our regular yoga breath, when we breathe vigorously through the nose in both directions, that actually creates heat, Agni. It creates fire, right? So if at any point you feel like you are creating too much heat, we just would refrain a little bit from that ujjayi, right? We can still breathe deeply in both directions. We can still breathe consciously, but a cooling breath would come in through the mouth. Would come in, make your lips like you're going to whistle, and breathe in slowly. Can you feel that? So if at any point you feel like that breathing through the nose in both directions is creating some fire in you, you switch for a few moments to a cooling breath where the lips are round, and we breathe in slowly over the tongue. You can actually feel how that can cool you. And so I want you to have that tool in your pocket, because I'm not going to know when each and every one of you is feeling that thing inside. And so if we're going to make it through summer together, this is a really important thing for you. And hydrate, okay? You guys with me on that? All right, you can take responsibility for that and not do everything or double up and do everything. It's up to you, but I want you to be well, all right? Inhale, let's reach our arms. Exhale, forward fold. Fold right in. Good. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank pose and lower. Lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Right foot steps up. This time left foot turns flat. It's warrior one, fear one. We root down into both feet. The back foot is flat this time. There's a different relationship with the flat foot because it changes the hip position. So we really want to ground the left foot while we're trying to turn the left leg in and the hip forward. Just like that. Let's take another breath. Reach high. Just remember all the feels. And then exhale, flow through it. Hands down, step back, and lower. We're creating some building blocks. Inhale here, cobra pose, and exhale, downward facing. Hi, my love. Welcome. So same thing, other side. Left foot steps forward. Remember, push into the back foot as you make that big step forward. It'll help you go further. Back foot is the right foot. It's grounded and flat. And we rise up with the chest plate forward for warrior one. Your form looks actually quite nice today. So just think about the footing. Think about like how you're using the back foot. Could you keep it grounded and pressing while you turn your right leg in and bring the right hip and the side of your body a little more forward? Good. So the only thing I didn't really say on the first slide was bending of the front knee. We can all do it. Bend that front knee just a little more. Take a deep breath, reach for me. And then exhale, flow. Flow it out for you. Hands down, step back and lower. Good. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So I feel like we've touched a lot of those main important big muscle groups. I'm going to stay a little bit away from the sun's house because I think we already have a little bit of heat. Everybody's starting to get juicy? Yeah? Okay. Right foot forward, stay on the left toes. Let's rise into high crescent. Beautiful. Let's turn open to the left side for warrior two. So in warrior two, we want to make sure that the front foot, the right foot, is pointing forward. And then we direct the knee toward the pinky toe. Not everybody's bones fit perfectly, but that's a directional movement. So we try by squeezing the right glute to open up that right knee just a little bit more. And we always use the strength of one side to help create the space on the other. So just feel what's going on in your body. Let's get a little support and lift from the pelvic floor, and then drop the left arm and reach the right one for reverse warrior. Drop the left arm, reach the right for, yes, reverse warrior. Beautiful. So I like everything that's going on here. Keep that gaze upward. Keep all of that reaching upward, but at the same time, bend that right knee. Come back into the lunge. Yeah. You can feel your body creating a downward action and an upward action, and it's supported in the middle. And then when you're ready, return to warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg and just say it. I kept you there a little bit long. And then we go into triangle. Just tipping to the side. Lateral movement. Just moving into the side body in such a sweet and beautiful way. It's not about touching the floor here. Let's put our hand on the shin. Don't let your hand float in the air. Push down into that bone. Push into the shin bone. So your hand should be on your shin, and you can push your hand onto your shin. Put it right here. Yeah, now push down on it so your chest opens up. And then look up at your thumb. That's it. Smooth out that breath, whether it's in the nose or in the mouth. And then we're gonna root to rise. Come on up slowly. Good. Both legs stay straight. Let's reverse again. Left arm down, right arm up with both legs straight this time. Just allow this to be a moment where you make space. Good. And then we come back into warrior two, bending the front knee and moving into side angle pose. Forearm onto the thigh. For this very first part, keep the left arm straight up to the ceiling. I want you to pay attention to how you're using the right arm. It's really easy to lean on that arm right now, but I'm going to ask you instead to push down so that you rise up and you broaden the chest. And then when your chest broadens, you reach the left arm a little bit more. And then bend your left elbow, wrap it behind your back. That half bind is going to help you move the shoulder blade back and keep the chest even wider. That's it. And we turn the gaze slightly up. Nice. Now, the feet push down and out, the pelvic floor lifts. Can you take the weight off your right elbow and reach in front of your chest? Not under your ear, in front of your chest. Turn the palm to face up as if you were serving something to someone. And there's a really beautiful twist in here. Turn the chest toward the ceiling. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. You got it. You're doing it perfect. And then put the elbow back on your leg. Attitude adjustment moment. Release your bind. Yeah, smile on your face and then rise back to warrior two. Yeah, take a breath. And then take a flow. Bring your hands down, back to what you know. Nice and steady. Just paying attention to the little nuances underneath the surface. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, find your way to down dog. And then let's all take a breath in. Let's take an open mouth exhale out. All right. Left foot steps up, stay on your right toes. Let's keep it simple. You come on up on the inhale, and then you turn open to the right on the exhale, and we situate ourselves for warrior two. You don't have to do things 110%. We do things with mindfulness, not aggressiveness. And so the way we position the front foot is what helps us to direct the left knee. And so if the left foot is straight, then we kind of squeeze a little bit on the outer hip, and we can actually open and lengthen the groins a little bit. Yeah, and the back leg is straight. So there's a lift that happens in the back foot arch, and it lifts literally from the ankle bone up into the groins. There's a lift happening in the back leg. So sometimes by accident, we collapse the arch of the foot, and then the whole inner leg starts to collapse. I want you to protect your inner knee. Yeah, that looks much better. Reverse the warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Chest high, gaze high, breathing. And with all of that upward energy, let's match it by bending the front knee. Yes, make sure we stay in that lunge. Breath is smooth and steady, so it's not stimulating the nervous system. Instead, it's calming the nervous system. Yeah. And then we come back out slowly. Straighten the front leg. And then find your way into triangle. Both legs are straight. We tip to the left. Right arm high. Both legs straight. Make sure you get some support here. That left hand is palm on the shin for today. I know there's lots of ways to do it. I know a lot of us like to press the hand into the inside of the leg, but I'm asking you to use the tibia, right? We just studied anatomy. Use your shin bone. Push into that strong bone and help it open up the chest, widen and broaden and lengthen. The tailbone can come down, the gaze is up. Triangle is about making space, elongating the spine. That's it. And then come back up, warrior two. Oh no, not warrior two. Legs stay straight, reverse. That's it, make it spacious. And so whether we're in extended triangle or reverse triangle, we're making space. Mackenzie, shift your hips back to center. Yeah, and then reach up out of the waistline. Doesn't that feel better? Yeah. So we're making space, breathe in big. Now we return to warrior two so we can transition into our side angle pose. Side angle has the same base as warrior two, but we tip onto the left elbow. We use it to help us, again, create space. Tailbone down, chest broad, arm reaching straight to the sky. As you open up your body, as you create more space here, there is no sense of sinking. We push into the elbows so we rise. We lift the pelvic floor so that we don't sink. And then we're going to wrap that right arm behind the back. As you place the hand behind you, your shoulder can move back, your shoulder blade can squeeze back. Again, just opening up more space. And then a little test for the core strength. We take our weight off of the elbow and reach straight out in front of your own chest with the palm facing up. See if you can work into the twist here. We're not reaching toward the front of the mat, we're reaching out to the side. So reaching under, yes, making a twist. And then some of you look quite calm about it. Some of you look really upset. Really? So soften your face. Soften your breath. Eventually, when you're ready, you're just going to put the elbow back on your leg. You're going to release your bind. And you're going to come up with a smile on your face. Breathe. That's it. So from here, we go to our flow. You can modify the flow. Both hands come down. We step back lightly and lower. Breathe in for cobra. And then take it back into downward facing dog. All right. So lots of transitioning between the poses. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back to our feet. And as you go back, widen your stance a little bit. So let your feet come a little bit further apart. The toes can turn slightly out, and we'll come into a deep squat called Malasana. And so again, we're opening into the hips. And there's something that happens here too. Sometimes when we sit down, we just kind of let all of our weight drop into the pelvis. But I want you to push your feet down and out, and I want you to lift the pelvic floor and lengthen up through your spine. So we're not dumping into the hips, but instead we're creating muscle tone in the pelvic floor. That's it. Are we okay here? If your knees don't bend this far, then you just do it here, right? And if your ankles don't go flat, you do it on your toes. Like, just do what works for you. Take one more breath. And then release your hands down, straighten your legs, head down, bottoms up. Yeah, recover for just a moment. All right. Soften your knees. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin. And in slow motion, find your way up to standing. This is my sacred place, spiritual energy. All right, we're going to hold that head high and stand on the right leg as we pull the left knee into the belly. Just grab it with your left hand and flex your left foot. See if you can pull it up high. I don't usually suggest that, but I want you to push down through the right and really squeeze high through the left. And then we're going to open it to the side. Hold right there. Just extend your right arm out. And take a few breaths. We're just looking to find a place that feels kind of steady. So find your breath, set your gaze. And then we bring our hand back in, bring our knee back in. Go ahead, put it down. Nicely done. Let's try the other side. Trust your left leg, stand tall, grab a hold of your knee, and then we lift it high and take it out wide. Keeping a little flex on the right foot really helps, and then extend your arm out. Nice. Tina, gaze forward instead of down. So keep your head in the right place. Yep, and then hand to the hip, knee centered. I can call them out because they're my trainees. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Alright, this time we're going to bring our feet together. So bring the feet together, toes touching, and then lift the heels and squat down into a little toe squat. So we're on our toes, the toes are bending, and then our hands come to prayer. Just like that. So see if you can manage those little fluctuations. When you're up here, the fluctuations feel big, and when you're down here, there are these little micro adjustments, right? So just deal with them for a second. See if you can find steady. If will come from your toes, it will come from the pelvic floor, it'll come from that same lift and tone that's inside of you. And then I want you to lift your knees a little higher. Take your left elbow outside your right knee and twist to the right. As you're twisting your body around, draw the tailbone slightly down. That's it. And then without losing that balance, we slowly unhook the elbow, come through the center, and take it to the other side. That's it. Then we unhook the elbow and come back to center. And one more time, take that forward fold. One more breath here. Open mouth, exhale. And then soften the knees, tuck your chin and your tail, and let's rise up. Breathe in through your mouth, just a little bit at a time. And then breathe out with a big old ah. Alright, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank. We're going to hold our plank pose this time and try Vinyasa. So roll it onto your right side. We won't stay long, so just see if you can keep everything lifted away from the ground. Just reach your left arm high to the sky and then switch. Put the left hand down, turn to the right, and lift the right arm high. Beautiful. Make sure you're breathing. Then return your hand to the mat and lower down slow. Yeah, that was pretty good. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog.
I'm just being myself, my own soul. Every single day like a circle, I'm whole.
So Jay, why don't you just come up here? Yeah. It's not worth it to stay put. Okay. Right foot steps up. Stay on your left toes and rise for high crescent lunge. Let's bring the hands to heart center. And then lean into the front leg and float the left leg behind. Yeah, just manage that balance. See if you can keep a little flex on the left foot. Good. Come to standing feet together. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Breathing in deeply for cobra. And breathing out as you make your way to downward facing dog. And then the same thing on the other side. It's a left foot forward. Stay on the right toes. Just set up your foundation. Take your time. We rise into high crescent. And then the hands come to heart center. You kind of feel your midline by pressing into the palms, and then trust your left leg. Stand into it as you float your right leg behind you. Stay active through your right foot. Make it straight. Right knee is straight. Think about that. The back leg is straight. It's not just floating back there. It's kicking back. And then we just stand and bring our feet together. All right. You guys okay? Yeah? No? Yeah? Are we okay? Yeah? All right, let's just soften our knees. With the left leg, let's take a big step to the back of the mat. Step to the back of the mat, turn to the left side for warrior two pose. So we're going to do this in a little bit of a flow here. We're going to take reverse warrior. Yeah, that's left arm down, right arm up. Take a really nice deep breath in, and then exhale, come back to warrior two. Good. Now this time, take a deep breath here, and then I want you to tip over and take the right hand inside, down to the ankle bone. Slide down the inside of your leg toward the ankle bone. Yep. And then rise back up. Good. Reverse your warrior. Take a deep breath. Exhale, side angle. Hand down inside the ankle. Yep. Good. Inhale, come on up, all the way to reverse warrior. Feel the work in the obliques. Exhale all the way down. See if you can touch down toward the inner ankle. We'll do one more round. Come on up. Reverse the warrior. And then come into the side angle. Yeah. Let's hold here for just a moment. So that's a little deeper than the one we were doing. If, because it's a hold now, you can you need actually to back up a little bit. You know you can go back to elbow on the thigh. Let's go ahead and add the half bind. Wrap the left arm behind the back. Good. Draw the tailbone down and open the chest a little. See if you can take the gaze up. Yeah. Now, as you lift your left arm, you're going to think about coming back up to standing. Root to rise, belly in, back to warrior two. Beautiful job. Let's straighten the right knee, turn the right toes in. Put your hands on your hips for a moment. Good. Inhale, extend back, lift through the waist. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a moment and recover. Heels can be a little wider than toes here. It's helpful to help open the line on the back of the legs and to make you feel a little more stable in the outer edges of your feet. It's good. And then with a flat back, we'll rise up to standing. Good. Take a deep breath in. Reach both arms up. And as you open your arms out to the side, turn your left toes toward the back of your mat. Create warrior two. So everything you know about the stance, right? Grounding the feet, pressing that front knee a little bit toward the pinky toe. And then just do it slow the first time. Come into reverse warrior so you can feel all of the nuance of that. Right? The front knee is bent. And then we find our way back to warrior two. That's going to be the transition. And then that side angle down the inside of the leg toward the ankle bone. Yeah? So just feel what that feels like. And we want to make sure we keep the tailbone down. Don't stick the booty out. And try not to let your head go forward. And then we come back up to warrior two. Let's see if we can do that in a flow with our breath. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. Inhale, come on up through warrior two, reverse warrior, and then side angle. Inhale, come on up, reverse. And exhale into side angle. And we'll stay this time. You can put your fingers down, you can touch the inner ankle, or you can put your elbow back on your leg. Let's create that half bind. The right arm reaches behind the back, the chest stays open, tailbone down, spine long. And you're breathing. And if you need to breathe through your mouth, you do it. Head back, head back, head back. Yeah. And then release the bind and we root to rise. It's a big move, so all the way back up. That's it. And then turn your left toes in, reach your arms high, inhale. Hands come to the hips. Let's position the heels a little wider. And then exhale, forward fold. One breath at a time here. And I'm going to suggest that we widen the heels just a tiny bit more and put our fingers down on the mat. And then look up and lengthen. Let's bend the right knee. Yeah, and just feel that length on the inseam of the left leg. It's just a little bend. We're just sort of introducing some space there. Keep the left foot flat. And then hands stay on the ground. We come up and over to the other side, just softening the left knee, keeping the right foot flat. So not quite Skandasana. We are going there. I guess if you're ready, you can go. And the head is up, the chest is up, Ashley. Lift your head and chest. Yeah, bend into that left knee. There you go. And then we'll return to center. Bring your hands to heart center. Try to keep the spine long, keep the waist long. We're going to stay in a flat back. Stay in a flat back. So if your head is below your hips, come up. Yeah, right there. Try to hold steady from the core. And then with your hands in prayer, just bend the right knee a little bit. See if you can still get that same lengthening on the inseam of the leg, but supported by your core. That's it. And then gracefully up and over to the other side. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, just trust that. And then back to center. Release your hands back down. Recovery moment. And so as we soften and we reconnect with our breath, let's take a little walk. Right hands, actually both hands over to the right ankle. Both hands over to the right ankle. And then we're going to bend the right knee kind of deeply. And the left leg stays straight, but we start turning the left toes up toward the sky. So you sit into the right hip, turn the left toes up toward the sky. And then see if you can look up, hold the chest up. Maybe the hands come to prayer. And so you're facing side. Yeah. And the back foot, the toes go up to the sky. It's Skandasana, you got it. Yeah. And then if you need your hands down, you can. If you can do it with no hands, you return to center. And then we make our way over to the left side. Deep bend in the left knee, right toes go up toward the sky. Make sure that that other foot is turning. Yeah, it's working something special inside that leg. And again, remember, like in Malasana, we're not sitting heavy here. We're actually finding that inner support. Keep the head up. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Yep. And then hands down or not, return to center. Beautiful. Take a moment. Attitude adjustment, presence. Hands come to your hips. Let's breathe out. And then on an inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. Good. Turn your right toes to point to the front of your mat. Soften your right knee and then step your feet together. All right. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. We're going to go to plank and lower, nice and slow. Good. Inhaling for cobra. And then exhale all the way back to down dog. All right. One long, slow, deep breath in. And then come up high on your toes and softly drop your knees to the mat. Let's keep the weight even in both hands, but pull the right knee into the belly. And then make giant hip circles. So the right knee is going to go up and out to the side. Just see how big you can make that circle. And we're all going in different directions. Keep the knee bent the whole time. Try not to extend the leg, because then the weight of the leg is kind of really rough on the joint. Yeah, so we're doing that on the knee. Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. And then make sure you switch directions. Some of you went forward, some of you went back. And when you feel complete from doing it in both directions, just take that leg and stick it straight out to the side. Stick it straight out to the side and then put it down with the toes pointing forward. Yeah. I'm just going to hold there for a moment and see how it feels to simply drop down onto your elbows. We'll keep the hips high and the head low, and we breathe on the elbows. Yeah. Really connect with that breathing. Now you can stay where you are. I think there's something really nice going on here. And there's also an option to drop your hips back to your left heel so you're in child's pose with an extended leg. It's just going to change the angle. You You can try it. If you like being up on the knee better, you go back. We don't move the leg, we move the hips. And I love how some of you tried it and said, hell no. Some of you tried it and went, oh. That's kind of how yoga works. You gotta learn to trust yourself. Because you, my friends, are your own greatest teacher. Your relationship to sensation, your ability to know yourself, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your anatomy. That's what guides your practice. If you sat back onto your heels, come back onto the knee. Let's all go ahead and pull that right leg back in and take a real child's pose with both legs. I'm sure that hip will be happy, and you can feel a subtle change from one hip to the other. Just sort of know that that's the work that you're doing. Opening space, creating deep relationship, with the intention that there's an opportunity for healing. Not that we ever cause any kind of harm. It starts with us. No harm to ourselves. And then maybe we can be a reflection of that out in the world. When you're ready, you come back up onto your hands and knees. It's that simple tabletop where we began. And the left leg, knee to belly, squeeze it tight. And then start to make your circles. It doesn't matter if you circle backwards or forwards. We're going to go both ways, so just feel what's going on in the joint. While you're doing that, can you keep weight even on both hands so we don't have a lean to the right? It's all about what's happening in the left hip. Change directions if you haven't already. Try to keep your gaze at the front edge of your mat so the head isn't hanging and straining the neck. And there's a little bit of core going on here. Yeah. And then just stay. Extend that leg out to the left. Step down onto the sole of your foot with your toes pointing forward. See if you can make a straight line from the hip out to the side. And then drop to your elbows. Let the head down. Deepen your connection to your breath and to sensation. Listen. And of course, just like on the first side, you can stay up on your knee, or you could explore what it might feel like to drop the hips back into the right heel. So it's a child's pose with the leg extended. We're all built a little bit differently, so this might feel better and it might feel like a no. So then you go back where you were. Just allow yourself to feel. Try to keep that left foot flat, the left foot grounded, so you're not just sinking into wherever the joints let you, but you're holding some stability around it. So if you just sat all the way down and lifted the sole of your foot, you probably went too far. Yeah, there you go, a little structure, right? And when you're ready, if you're on your elbows and you sat back, we're gonna find our way back up onto the knee, onto our hands, and pull that left leg in so that we can take a full child's pose. Yeah. Hi, George. I see you. Child's pose here. Yeah. Enjoy a moment. And I'm going to offer you the opportunity to stay in child's pose for your meditation, or you can come on up to sit and swing your feet around in front. A lot of that has to do with your relationship with your knees, what they're agreeable to or not. And also, if you're in the sun, you may just want to stay head down, although I don't think anyone's in the sun. We did a strategic setup today to really just use all of the shade. except for Andy and me, really. All right. And so we close our eyes. And we trust the stillness for a moment. We have done nothing but move since 9 a.m. That's almost an hour of steady movement. And yet the breath is the same, whether you're moving or not. And so as you hold this pose steady and effortless, we are still doing our yoga. Yoga is a state of mind. It's not how you position your body. It's your level of attention when you do anything. And so whether we're bending to the side and making transitions, extending a leg out, circling limbs, or you're just sitting here in the stillness, we want to check our state of mind, our ability to stay present in this moment. Simply said, it's just the practice of really doing what we're doing as we do it. And right now, we're just sitting. Can you keep yourself from time traveling back into the past or ahead into the future? And could you just stay right here with this music playing and my voice and your breath? It takes practice. That's why I make you sit every Saturday for just a little while. Give yourself 3 more breaths. Be in them with everything that you are. Through the nose or through the mouth, it doesn't matter. On that last inhale, round your lips and draw it in slowly over the tongue. And then breathe out with some ease and lay yourself down onto your back. And so we'll slow it down a little bit. Let's start with just drawing the right knee into the belly. And then if you would, take the left foot and extend it out toward the left corner of the mat. Yep, just like that. And then give the right leg one more squeeze. And then extend the right leg down to cross over the left ankle. Ankle to ankle. Yeah, take both arms up overhead. Maybe grab your right arm with your left hand and pull it just a little bit. And then roll your head to the left ear to the mat. And so we're on our back here. We didn't roll on our side. Arms are up, kind of like a shape of a banana. Maybe pull the right arm and maybe push out a little through the right heel. Just kind of feel that side body. So the arms are up over like biceps near the arms up like a banana. Not to the side, but over the head. Yeah. Just work so good. Yeah, can you feel how the right side of your body feels long? Yeah, that's all. It's simple. And then we're going to take our arms out like a T. Just take them out like a T. And then you're going to uncross the ankles, but leave them on the left side of the mat. So we're going to leave that one there. Yep. And then if you would, without touching it, just take your left knee into your belly. And then take your left leg into a spinal twist to the right. Oh yeah, that should feel pretty good. It's a big twist. Arms are out and we're looking left. And we're breathing. Go ahead, take another breath here. And then roll back to the center. Squeeze your knees into your belly because it's going to feel good. And then you hold on to the left one, but extend the right one down. A little push-pull. And move the right leg over to the right corner of the mat. And extend the left one long, ankle to ankle. Yep, arms come up overhead. We roll the head to the right. We pull a little on the left arm. And we allow the left side body to open up. Be gentle. Try not to overwork here. Just enjoy that stretch sensation. Enjoy the space. Keep our feet at the right corner of the mat. Just uncross your ankles and take your arms out like a T. And then the right knee is going to pull to the belly and you'll take it over into a spinal twist to the left side. Body feels a little longer here than normal. We usually do a double knee bend twist, but I just want you to enjoy the space. Open and we're looking to the right. So reach that right arm out. And then nice and slow, we find our way back to center, squeezing both knees into the belly. Any movement that your body's asking for, just honor that. And if you're feeling ready to rest, you just go ahead and extend your legs all the way down. And eventually we will all meet in our final resting pose in Shavasana. And it is intentional rest. Once again, we play with the stillness. jaw, start to breathe slowly and gently. Maybe start through the lips. Let the breath inspire some movement, so eventually you can stretch and move and return to a seated position. How are we? We're okay? We made it? I think you did fantastic. So here we sit together to close our practice. And we'll do so with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. We all sit tall, we bring our hands together. And then we just allow our voice to rise. Right? We just allow a sound to move through us, the universal sound of Om. And it starts low in the body, the A, then the U, then the M, right? It just kind of moves through us like we are tuning our instrument. And so don't be afraid of your voice, don't be afraid of the sound, just kind of let it come out of you. You have to open your mouth. I see some of you doing like, right? And that's kind of nice, it's soft. But watch what happens if you just open your mouth. Same exact amount of breath and effort. It's the same exact Om, but you can actually allow it to come out, right? So let's just try, play. I know I do weird, silly things sometimes, but just so that I can teach you, right? So hands together at the heart. One long, slow, deep breath in. Om Shanti 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 Hi. Om Peace Peace Perfect Peace. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we may all know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.